when it comes to the genre of singer-songwriters, as a genre of people who write personal songs with a bit of social edge, all roads lead to Woody Guthrie.
I lived in a place called Ofuski, and I had a little girl in a holler tree.
Well, I think you have to see Woody Guthrie first and foremost as a lyrical poet.
It's plain to see, ain't nobody that can sing like me.
The thing that Woody Guthrie left behind to me was a sense of the poetry of ordinary lives, the way he wrote, those lines, they're like, what is it, steel rails humming, diamond deserts, it's the words, it's the images.
It's beautiful how really revolutionary voices can slip into the song of a mainstream society.
Ain't nobody that can sing like me, ain't nobody that can sing like me. Way over yonder in the minor key, way over yonder in the minor key. There ain't nobody that can sing like me.
I've already been calling him the original singer-songwriter, but in some ways he's also the original punk rocker. He wrote This Land Is Your Land because he couldn't stand the commerciality of God Bless America.
This land is your land, and this
The inspiration for songwriters so often comes from feeling outside of that circle of light or acceptance or legitimacy.
I ain't got no home.
You pick up a guitar because you have another point of view.
Just a wandering worker, I go from town to town, and the police make it hard wherever I may go, and I ain't got no home in this world anymore.
Some people liked me, hated me, jeered me, cheered me, rooted me, hooted me, and before long, I was invited in and booted out of every public place of entertainment in that county. But I decided that songs was a music and a language of all tongues. Woody Guthrie.
It's a mighty hard road that my poor hand has hold.
He saw something wrong and he'd write a song about it.
My poor feet has traveled a hot, dusty road.
He would support people in their struggles.
Ever stayed in this union, us migrants have been. We work in this fight and we'll fight till we win.
Part of your duty, if you're making music, is you got to call attention to something and say something real, However you want to do that, that's cool, but you have to do it in a creative way and say something that people can understand.
Would like to rest my heavy head tonight on a bed with California stars.
Woody wasn't just a guy from the Dust Bowl. He was lived in New York for half of his life.
California stars in Lagerfield.
I stumbled across that lyric and just thought it was beautiful.
The imagery is so contemporary and so sort of inward-looking and soul-searking and personal.
It made me think that it was written for me, and that's what some lyrics are supposed to do.
It almost verified like a Woody Guthrie that I imagined was there, but probably had never really heard in his records.
I'd like to rest my heavy head tonight on a bed of California stars. I'd like to lay my weary bones tonight on a bed of California stars.
I know when I look at what Woody Guthrie was doing, I think of it as being very contemporary. It was not that long ago, and very directly inspiring and instructional to what I'm doing.
I think in his stuff you saw idealism, but it was realistic also. It was real eye to eye.
Well, tell me why does a vigilante man?
It wasn't fantasy, it was a dream.
Why does a vigilante man?
dream for more justice, you know? Less oppression, less racism, less hatred, period.
Woody was like, he was like a link in the chain for me, you know? Like I am for other people and like we all are for people.
I'm out here 1,000 miles from my home, walking a road other men have gone down.
He's part of the foundation, you know, of modern folk music and especially rock and roll.
Woody's someone said he's not a link in the chain, he's the hook that is grounded in the earth that the chain is linked to.
Hey, hey, Woody Guthrie, I wrote you a song.
He said something that seemed to be needed to be said. I mean, he had so much to give, you know? You could listen to his songs and actually learn how to live.
I'm leaving tomorrow, but I could leave today. Somewhere down the road someday.
You elected me to this office of poet and singer, and I think I know what you want me to do here. Things are said in history, and they are said again, and these of today have got to be said. Said again, because today is our first time to say what we are today. And I will say and sing of these things that you fight for today.
1,000 books of just this size I could write you about her, because I felt if I could know her, I could know all women.
It starts as a love song. It ostensibly begins as a song about his wife, Marjorie, but then goes on to encapsulate the role of women in society.
I'm sure the women are equal and they may be ahead of the men.
I mean, this is sort of like groundbreaking stuff as far as I'm concerned. You know, he's kind of like a decade or two ahead of everybody else in writing about these issues as a man.
I would like to go beyond the traditional ideas of what is a folk song and what is an acceptable topic, and to, you know, bring in a feminine perspective to that also.
Never could have it been done if the women hadn't entered into the deal like she came along to me.
You can write a political folk song that is of the people, that happens in a house, in a home, that happens in a bedroom. I think Woody did a lot to start that journey.
Wherever people make political music, I think there's going to be a little bit of the legacy of Woody Guthrie.
Well, it's God. God don't never change.
I don't know about many people in my peer group knowing a whole lot about him, though it's undeniable the effect he's had on music.
God way up in heaven, God way down in.
That spirit of, you know, just bearing witness and giving testimony about what you see around you, you know what I mean? And that's a spirit that you got that all over the world.
In my own little way, I carry on that work, and as so many people do, as so many folk singers and people who bring a political consciousness to what they do, who see their world and their experience through a political lens, and, you know, try to use that to affect some good in their lives.
My city is bracing for the next killing thing, standing by the bridge and praying for the next doctor, Martin Luther King.
Music is a tone of voice, a tone of nature, a sound life uses to keep the living alive. And there is no real trick of creating words set to music once you realize that the word is the music. and the people are the song.
He took a stand with his music at a time that it wasn't popular. You know, hanging with Leadbelly and hanging with Sonny Terry, Brown and McGee, I'm sure let him add more to who he was as a musician.
Picked up a hammer in his little right hand. It's gonna be the death of me. Hammer be the death of me. Hammer be the death of me. Lord, Lord, hammer be the death of me.
Well, as long as I'm an outlaw anyways, maybe I can do something. Maybe I can just find out something. Just scrounge around and maybe find out what it is that's wrong and see if there ain't something can be done about it.
A man come down through the country talking about taking it from the rich and giving it to the poor. That sounds awful good to everybody where I come from, and I've got a song here. It's about a man, I think he was called an outlaw. Jesus Christ was a man that traveled through the land, and a hard-working man and brave.
Well, they say unto the rich, give your money to the poor, but lay Jesus Christ in his grave. Hey!
Jesus Christ is a song that has to be sung. It's not a question of, well, you know, you two, you know, wanting to sing it. We have to sing that song because it's more relevant today than it was even when he wrote it.
Well, the cops and the soldiers, they nailed him in the air, and they laid Jesus Christ in his grave.
I suppose the songs of Woody Guthrie have something to do with the truth, whatever that is. There's a lie that's very popular right now, which is that you can't make a difference, we can't change our world. It puts people in this big sleep. And I think Woody Guthrie's music was much more awake than that.
They would lay Jesus Christ in his grave.
There's a feeling in music, and it carries you back down the road you've traveled and makes you travel it again. Or it takes you back down the road someone else has come, and you can look out across the world from the hill they're standing on. Sometimes, when I hear music, I think back over my days, and a feeling that is 50-50, joy and pain, swells like clouds, taking all kinds of shapes in my mind.
Sometimes I think I'm gonna lose my mind. It don't look like I ever do.
You can't help but feel that he knew he wasn't making any money when he wrote that song from living as a musician, and he probably knew he was dying. And that's the key to the singer-songwriter as a genre, the urge to express something, however difficult, to look very, very personally within yourself.
Oh, it's just chilling to have those lyrics, you know, to sing.
Down or up or anywhere.
I don't know, I may go down or up or anywhere, but I feel like this scribbling will stay. And we were reaching back to Woody and saying, yeah, it will stay. It is permanent. It does go on.
It's just really beautifully expressed sentiment. You know, don't think of me. Hopefully my words will stay around. Hopefully the feelings I have will stay, because that's what's eternal. But as far as I go, I'm just another man done gone.
So when you think of me, if and when you do, just say, well, another man's done gone. Just say, well, another man's done gone.
It wasn't one song. It wasn't even "This Land Is Your Land" that was what that man meant to us. It was hundreds and hundreds of songs, and it was every day, and it was every person that he encountered and shared with, and it was all of those little gifts that he gave are what were his work.
There was a big high wall there that tried to stop me. Sign was painted, said private property, but on the back side it didn't say nothing. This land was made for you and me.